Hello and welcome to another iLecture from me, Professor Pownall. Following the unbridled success for the British Tourist Board on my exhaustive and expensive report, cheers, about the best and worst months of the year, they have staggeringly renewed my contract and asked me to uncover, via the medium of more exhaustive and expensive research, what is the scariest place in Britain. Firstly, her and he, or they mostly, by scariest, we are not referring to nonsense like haunted mansions. No, simply scary in real life, like Swindon. Despite boasting a shopping centre, the Brunel thereof for the record, that boasts a staggering 7 separate vape shops in one shopping centre, Swindon isn't the scariest place in Britain for a number of reasons, but mostly because all the other places mentioned in this iLecture I've actually been mugged in. So, in true award style, the shortlist is as follows. The honourable mention goes to the nightclubs of Vauxhall. I will elaborate no further. The bronze medal does, against previous narrative, go to Swindon itself, a place where the hospital has various acronyms for their patients, my favourite being SNEFS, SNEFS, which stands for Subnormal Even for Swindon. Be afraid. Be so very, very afraid. The silver medal goes to, perhaps surprisingly, Cornwall, not because of the cliched reasons of the locals loathing but ironically heavily relying on tourists, and not because pasties are the worst regionally identifiable foodstuff on the planet, bar polenta of course, that's just an unidentifiable matter. Cornwall is scary because it's like your first experience of a bully. It's not nearly as popular as it thinks, takes longer and is harder to get to than Greece, and once there, if, as is often the case, the weather is appalling, there is simply nothing to do. This will of course bring out the Kensington-on-Sea Brigade hollering about going there as a family since the late Jurassic period, but really that was just for snogging and booze, nothing to be sniffed at with either of those pursuits I have to say, but all are available in the guaranteed sunny climes of Spain, Greece, etc, etc. However, the Usain Bolt, the Phil Collins, the Cassius Clay, the Shergar, the Homer Simpson, I could go on, but you get the gist, and if you don't, I mean peerless in their class. Can you spot the odd one out? Clue, it's not Homer Simpson, he is patently peerless in his class. Anyway, gold medal time. Douglas Adams himself opined that airports are ugly, some are very ugly, and some attain a degree of ugliness that can only be the result of a special effort. But actually he was marginally off beam. Bus stations are in fact even worse. Glasgow bus station is a place I've studied since 1985 and coincides with my first ever mugging at 13 years old, and this treat has been repeated a further twice times in the same venue and on 2 occasions by the same person. However, these statistics are not the scary part of said bus station, that would be too personal. The truly scary part of this functional necessity is in fact the graffiti found in the ironically named gentlemen's toilets. Aside from the more obvious tempting offers, of which my dedication to research forced me to follow up on, was the curious inscribe of this: intimate male interaction sought. Good use of language at least. Call this number. And then curiously written underneath these exact words: must have good upbringing. Weird! Goodbye.